Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest, and it's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest, and it's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is you. There's more for you in Indiana. There's a place in the Midwest, 50 miles southeast of Chicago, nestled near the coast of Lake Michigan. It's a place driven by what's coming next, a place where industry is the lifeblood of its community, and its pulse is gritted with sand and steel, fire and smoke. It's a city building its future together, one business, one family, and one home at a time. This is a place for makers, doers, and dreamers. It's where the global marketplace meets hometown values, where Americana isn't just a tradition, it's a way of life. Here, your experience makes the difference. With access to railroads, major waterways, and 8 different highways, this is a place in motion, sending goods, services, and ideas not just across the state, but across the world. And when the work ends, the day's just beginning, with beaches like West Beach in the Indiana Dunes National Park, exciting hiking and biking trails like the Diana of the Dunes Dare or the BMX track, and local treasures and exciting festivals, you'll know you're in more than just a bedroom community. From veterans of foreign wars to hometown heroes, our diversity is our strength, and we forge our future with the same flame as our steel. Oh, there's a place in the Midwest, and it's calling you home. The best part of Portage is what's next. The best part of Portage is...
All right, we have to bring all the fun and merriment to an end and start our what is this? The sanitary meeting. Will you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America right. Can we do the roll call?
Member Gore,
Here.
Mayor Bonta,
Here.
Member McAlpine,
Here.
Attorney Elwood, Councilperson Weidenbach,
Here.
Nice job, everybody. So we have the minutes. Did everyone have a chance to look at the minutes from the last meeting? Is there any corrections or is there a motion on them?
Motion to approve the May 7th and May 21st special meeting.
I'll second.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 That'll get us to the staff reports. Well, Tracy, you want to go first?
Yep.
Cool.
Good evening. So, lab, you've heard me say before that we got the Lab Excellency. This is the third year running that the lab has gotten the Lab Excellency. They were up in the high 90s percentage for it. I'm very proud of them. They all do an amazing job, and they're hard workers, and they keep that lab in excellent condition, so I'm very proud of them. Commonwealth, and Andrew and I will be presenting at the IWEA conference on the solar. We've just got a notice of that just recently, so that's exciting also. What else? Plant is doing well. There's no issues. Of course, it's the warm season, and we're not getting too much rain right now, so we're doing really good. We had no violations. Everything is doing really well there. We're excited about, we're done with our UV project. It's working really good. E. coli has been in the ones, so that is amazing. It's working well. We're very excited about it. So right now, we have no projects, but we're going to work on that. That's one of the things we're bringing up today. We're going to add a few projects that we can add some capital to and finish up our SRF funding with. Besides that, everything else is going really well. That's all I can think of at this time. Is there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Commenda?
Evening, everyone. Sanitary's been actually going pretty well. We did have kind of a snafu out at the north side, but I'll actually let these gentlemen explain that one. So, but we do have a vac truck that we're having issues with. It's just, I don't know what the heck, you know. I feel sorry for Jamie because it seems like when it rains, it pours. You know, it's just, you know, they say it comes in threes, but knock on wood, hopefully the third thing hasn't happened. But between the vac truck and the sweeper, as I said before, it's been pretty challenging for us too, because obviously we don't have that many extra equipment in that aspect to be able to, you know, cover. We're lucky we got two older machines that we can use in the case of emergency, which is the biggest thing to have, is just in case of emergency, we do have something if both newer vac trucks should break down. Other than that, everything else with the sanitary has been going pretty good. The CIPP is moving along. It shouldn't be too much longer before we'll be finally done with that. Thank goodness. I know they did 20 to section 20 last Saturday. They went over to Spring Mill where we had that break and we've been having issues. They did that this past week. So they're moving right along and hopefully we'll be done very, very shortly. So any questions? Thank you all.
Thank you. Mr. Hannon, would it be, Mr. Hannon, if you don't mind. Well, Dan, you can explain it too. I just had a feeling that John might know. Can you give us an update on the Route 20 project?
Sure.
That's not the CC, that's the
No,
other
actually, we
one.
piggybacked that. It worked out really well.
We had a lane closure at the same time.
Yeah, so as you might recall, that we're putting a new interceptor sewer under Highway 20 just east of 249. So the project has moved, the big part of the project is complete. The sewer, the casing pipe and the sewer have been installed under Highway 20. The contractor's getting ready to basically close up the pits on both sides of the road. There's significant traffic control out there for the project that the contractor would like to take down as soon as possible because he's renting all of those barriers and everything. And we want to get the driveway open for the Luke gas station too. So the sewer is in place, the mainline sewer is in place. That will serve basically that entire quadrant from 249 over to, as far as Jensen, depending on, what else is going on, all the way up to 94. So it's going to serve that entire area that has been unserved. It terminates on the north side on a piece of property that the city owns. The city is marketing that property, and now they can market it with the sanitary sewer being available. The sewer location is such that it won't interfere with development of that property. The sewer is located outside the building lines for that property, so it's fully marketable, and now it's got sanitary service. We are getting calls. The owner of the property, right up at the corner of 94 and 249, has already called and asked if they could connect to our sewer. So I think, we will be generating some income with that sewer very quickly.
It's a really big thing because sometimes people will ask, like they'll see an area, an undeveloped spot maybe, and they'll say, hey, why is it this hasn't taken off? And sometimes the answer is as simple as there's no sewer there.
The infrastructure, yeah.
People think that it's, you just go wherever you go, that's already there. It's a really good reminder, this project, about what it takes to make areas developable.
And again, Max's Grab and Go, the guy building the new gas station, paid for a significant portion of the project. He participated financially in the project. So it's going well, and you will see the traffic control coming down within the next couple weeks.
Adam,
Well-
would you mind pushing the button? I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just heard, I heard Z yelling through the wall, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I got it. What do you see as the driver in extending the sewer? Certainly the homeowners probably won't tally their money together, but what do
The
you
city
see?
master plan is for that area to be more high-end commercial. The redevelopment commission for several years has, anytime properties come available north of Highway 20, the redevelopment commission has been acquiring those properties as people put them on the market. So the idea is to have the infrastructure there, and then for the redevelopment commission to be involved in compiling smaller lots into bigger lots and making them available for high-end commercial and light industrial.
I was going to say, I don't want to say a lot about it because so much is still in the works, but more is known now than maybe there was last year. The project on the far east side of 20, over by like Samuelson, where they've got the big, manufacturing development, going in.
Yeah, I call it the glass factory.
Let's call it the glass factory.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. I know that there were questions about, utility, and I know that the redevelopment commission, and I don't remember if it was this board directly, but certainly Tracy and Dan, we all kind of worked together to figure out some things there. Is that so far away that there's no connection really to this project, where those
Yeah,
are
no
going to be
connection.
mutually beneficial?
Yeah, no
Okay.
connection. They're on the other side. If you think about the kind of the secondary entrance into Ameriplex, that's kind of a dividing line, east and west. So we will be serving from Jensen to the west.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And then did you gentlemen, I think Dan said you guys had something to say, or is that going to come in the interceptor part?
No, I can talk about that right now. So, yeah, on the north side interceptor, there was previously, they've completed much of the gravity sewer on that project over the last 6 months. And they've also had to do quite a bit of dewatering. As you know, that area is pretty wet. As a result of some of their dewatering, a portion of the gravity sanitary sewer that they installed has settled. So it now has like a belly. Well, they've removed a lot of that and relayed it, and since they've relayed it, it's not quite right. They still have an area I've been told about 100 feet that still has a belly. Some of it has backflow. And so that's been what's been discovered today. But we're nowhere near final completion or approving any of the work yet. So we're going to be working with the contractor to make sure they relay that portion, however far back they need to go, to make sure the entirety of that gravity sewer is installed as it was designed. So it's kind of still in the works, but that's the latest. Ryan LaRue with Commonwealth, sorry.
Well, that'll get us, I don't think we have any unfinished business, but that'll get us to the new business, starting with the North Side Interceptor Project Pay App number 12.
Thank you. So payment application number 12 is for Thieneman Construction on the North Side Interceptor Project. It accounts for the continuation of work at the new lift station for Marine Drive, the installation of the 10-inch gravity sewer line for future service connections, additional dewatering, construction engineering, maintenance of traffic, and the furnishment of force main pipe to the job site. The contractor is requesting payment in the amount of $848,502.00, and we're recommending approval.
Any questions or a motion?
I make a motion to approve the pay application.
Second.
The motion is second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, and that'll get us to change order number 8, final clarifier solar and screen improvements project.
Yes, so as Tracy alluded to, we're near the end of the final clarifier solar and screen improvements project. So we've been going back and forth on ways to utilize the remaining contingency funds in our SRF financing. So that's primarily what this change order is. There's 4 different items, and I'll speak to each one a little bit. The first item isn't necessarily an add of additional work, but it is additional work required to finalize the solar connection to NIPSCO's grid. So over the last several months, we've had a lot of back and forth, a lot of site visits at the treatment plant to look at what equipment is necessary, where we need to run cable to. It's kind of been a little bit of a moving target with NIPSCO. But that said, we have finally gotten to the point where we know finally what is required of our contractor on this project. So that part of the work is an add of $199,382. Also related to that is a 15-month time extension to the project. And that's basically because some of the equipment needed to go in has quite a long lead time. So that's why it's such a long period. The second item is, from this point on, it's all value-add items that we, with consultation with Tracy, would like to add to the project. So the second item is the Razwaz baffle wall replacement. The existing wall is a wood plank, essentially. It's well beyond its useful life. It's deteriorating. It's not performing as it should, diverting flows. So we've engaged our contractor to provide a price to put a stainless steel plate in its place. That item is an add of $73,398. The third item is a non-potable water pump replacement and VFD conversion. So this is essentially replacing the pumps that are there. It's pretty straightforward. It's an add of $130,345. Now I will say also the city has, I don't know if awarded is quite the right price, but they've gotten an energy efficiency and conservation block grant that can be used to cover those costs. We don't know exactly how much the city will get. Basically, the work needs to be complete by the end of August. After that point, we submit required documentation on this block grants portal, and then we go from there. Conceivably, the city could get dollars back in the months following that. And then lastly is the non-potable water line replacement. The existing line is undersized, it is ductile iron pipe. It's quite old, it has a lot of tuberculation on the inside of the pipe, basically decreasing the diameter of that pipe. So this would include full replacement, upsizing it of that line. That item is an add of $228,925.59. So those are the 4 items. All total, it is an add to the project of $632,050.59, and an increase of 450 calendar days to the time of completion. I will say as well, this not only utilizes the remaining contingency funds, but it also requires an additional $289,515.11 to be contributed by the city.
Tracy, would you like to come up? Yeah. Sounds like you've got some things you want to back up as far as how important this is.
So yes, the water lines is very, very important. It's needed, and we do have capital for this. We have capital for this project, so we are able, this is one of our capital projects we were looking at. If they're already beginning to be changing a lot of other stuff and be working out there, this just seemed the perfect scenario to also do it at this time.
Any other questions or comments?
What was the first figure you gave us?
Related to the NIPSCO item,
Yes,
that was $199,382.
because the figure I have says 269,932.
Is it the same? I can jump up here too. Yeah, you got it.
There was remaining utility allowance, it was like 70,550. That deducts off of that 260,000.
It was what again?
It's a utility allowance in the base, like, project, like a line item utility allowance. There was like 70,000 remaining on that. So that's why you see the only add is like 199,000, because it's deducting that.
Okay.
And not to confuse
Is that like
anything.
a credit, or is that, I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's not a credit. There was a miscellaneous allowance in the base bid of the project for like 283,000 or something like that, that had been deducted from various NIPSCO, I believe, deducts over the time. But yeah, there was like 70,000 remaining on that, and that's why it gets reduced down to 199,000. And you can see that in the pay app too, and you can see that in the pay app too, and I can show you guys if you'd like.
So what I want to say a little bit more about the NIPSCO, what might be confusing to you guys is we have come before the board before saying NIPSCO is saying we owe them so much to connect. This has nothing to do with that. This is just what they're saying to finish the solar connection from that. They're still wanting more money from the city to connect to their system. They are saying that they need to fix generators and basically run a whole new system. And that's where we've come to you guys saying 600,000. We paid last year, we paid portion of it just to get a part of the solar hooked up. And that was approximately 250,000 we had to. And they've since had meetings with me and the mayor wanting more and more and more. And we're still in discussions about that. So you will hear us ask again, come to the board when we get a final number for that to be able to hook up full. There will be ways we see in the future to maybe recoup that, but we don't know.
As
It's
of right now,
something to
we
do.
wanted to make sure that the connection happened even.
Yes, we
half.
needed to make the connection for the IRA credit money. Because if we didn't, it may have disappeared. But to do the final connection, they're going to come back, but they keep changing that threshold. We don't know where it's at right now.
And it's literally we need you guys to say yes, and after you say yes, you will eventually find out how much you have to pay, and that's just not good enough for me with the ratepayers' money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in still discussion with that, so you will hear, this won't be the last time you hear NIPSCO having to come up with money for NIPSCO for the solar, unfortunately.
But at the same time,
Unfortunately.
we have to figure out something reasonable, and we need to be able to work that out with NIPSCO. It'll never be a situation of asking you guys to approve a blank check, which is what they're asking for right now, it seems.
Yes, and we are, I mean, the example, it's not a bad thing that the solar, it's sad that it happened this way, but we are seeing between $8,000 and $10,000 reduction, and we're only in our NIPSCO bill, and we're only like running at not even half, maybe half. And that was even in February and March when it was cloudy and we didn't have a lot of sun. We're gonna keep seeing reduction in it. So eventually in the future, it's going to be a good thing. It's just getting past this NIPSCO thing right now.
But as of right now, we are already seeing savings from just being half.
Right. From what we're talking about in this, though, is the money we put in contingency because we knew we had to buy equipment. We just didn't know how much we had to buy because now NIPSCO keeps moving the bar on where they want things. They'll come down one day and it's going to that pole. Oh, no, now it's not going to that pole, it's going to this one. And they've changed contractors on us. I mean, there's been multiple. Commonwealth's been down there for visits with one guy, and then a month later, they're like, you got to do it again because it's a new guy. And then that guy, they literally will sit there and have a decision made, and there'll be an email or a call 2 days later because NIPSCO don't remember what we said, or they've changed their mind. That's true. I mean, I'm not even joking on that.
No,
It's
I've been in the calls, and even the people you talk to keep changing.
Yeah, so it's a struggle, but we're making it, and in the long run, it is worth it. The solar is worth it. It is a tremendous asset to the plant. I would not have changed anything besides maybe getting in writing to begin with when they said it wouldn't be too much, making them come with a number. But we didn't expect that this would happen.
You have a colleague around the state who's gone through this with a similar story, or is there another city that's
I
dealing
can
with
tell you what I've been told by some other mayors and officials, but don't take this as fact, just what I've been told by some. When this whole credit thing first came, it was pretty smooth, but now communities, when they get that credit, these utility companies seem to want as much of that credit as possible. Like the fact that we're getting money in the form of a credit is something that seems to be a factor. The other thing that I think has been confusing, and Tracy, this is not on you, but just to share our confusion, it sounds like what NIPSCO is trying to do is they're trying to get our plant to pay for upgrades not related to the plant in an area of the city that they need to upgrade.
That's the feeling on it,
Which doesn't
yes.
make any sense to me, again, because as noted, our plant doesn't need more power. That's the reason why we're getting the solar.
Yeah,
you know?
we're taking power off them, but they keep swearing that we're going to put something on them, and we're not. We're utilizing everything. If we were gonna put something on them, that would mean my plant has stopped running, and then we're in trouble. Then we were in dire straits.
But we'd be
So-
turning on generators then, if that
Yep,
were the
then
case.
the generators would
We wouldn't
hit.
be sucking all the power from NIPSCO.
Yeah, so absolutely, there's no way, and we're not gonna produce so much that we're gonna be giving it to them. There's no way. It's been engineered that way. We purposely only wanted it to take this much power off of us. You know, the plant's gonna do nothing but grow. We're not gonna take things away. So it's just gonna grow. So it makes no logical sense to me, but their engineers, it's logical to them. I'm not beating on NIPSCO. I mean, I can't understand it. I
To be
just
clear,
can't
I've asked
understand it.
multiple different people for an explanation that makes sense, and they won't do it. I mean, as of yet, I have not had a single person explain this in a way that makes sense.
Right. And for your question for me, SRF has stated to us they've seen it. They've seen it with they haven't told us which cities, but they said they've seen the bar raise throughout because of the IRA credits. It was like, okay, this was good, and then NIPSCO said, oh, no, we need to do this next time. So it's like they have changed it. We just happen to be one of the last ones completing the job and needing to do it, so their bar has gone up already. We didn't sneak in under the first of them. So, like I said, it's still a brilliant thing. I'm not upset about the solar. I'm not saying that this was a disaster. I believe it's going to be for 30, 40 years going, the plan is going to continue to have it, and it's going to help us with our NIPSCO bills. We're going to save money from it. So I'm not upset by it at all. I'm just frustrated a little bit. But we'll get past that.
We are still on the,
Yes. So
on
you
the
still
point
have
for the
that.
change order number 8, just to be clear.
Motion to approve change order number 8.
I'll make a second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Thank you.
That'll get us to variance requests for out-of-spec stone Swanson Trails. I promise I will keep my temperature calm, but Mr. Comenda, could you just maybe re-explain what's going on with this situation? We had this, this was denied at the last meeting, given, well, a number of issues, but mainly the fact that the petitioner didn't show up after, well, I'll let Dan explain it.
Yeah, okay, so I kind of explained a little bit. Obviously, we talked a lot about it in the storm. September of last year, I got a call from Adam. He said, you need to come out here. They're not using the proper backfill. I went out there, and they were using 2s for backfill, which is an open grade, which you know very well, it's open graded, and eventually, your ground is gonna come in there, the dirt's gonna start filtering in there, and then things are gonna sink. So this happened in September. John, myself, Adam, the developer, a couple of the contractors were all out there, and my first reaction was rip it all out. You know, rip it all out and put the right stuff in, and, you know, then we talked some more, and John said, well, have your geotech contact me and come up with a plan, and if we can approve it, then, you know, we can maybe do something different. So then, I think they first reached out to John the first week, or, you know, right away, said, okay, and then heard nothing. So time goes by, I call the developer, say, hey, still don't have an approved plan for this, for these 2s, on what you're gonna do to, you know, remedy this situation. Still nothing. Called them again, told them again, then finally it got springtime. I knew, hey, they're gonna be wanting to go. So I said, I still have not seen anything that we have approved for the stone that you used that is not spec'd out stone. So he said, okay. Then next thing I know, they just keep moving on. And then Adam said, they already got curb out here. And I'm like, what? So they just kept moving on without approval after I told them a few times, hey, I need something. Never got it. And then finally, we had a meeting at my office. It was John, myself, the developer. Who else was there, John? Was there anybody else? I'm trying to think of who else was there. Well, anyway, we had a meeting, and again, I told the developer, I said, I feel like you just blatantly didn't listen to what I was telling you. You just did what you wanted to do and kept moving forward. So here we stand now. John finally got another letter from them, and they think it's going to be okay, and they want to give us a warranty until an extended warranty till 2031. Okay. Well, when someone doesn't just blatantly I feel like they ignored me. I mean, it's up to the board, but to me, I just think that this variance shouldn't be approved. They just blatantly did not listen to what I was telling them to do, or what our city engineer was asking them for. So here we sit now, and now they got it paved and everything else, and they're coming for a variance, and I don't think it should be granted, so.
Adam, you missed me. I was kind of frustrated about the whole situation at the last meeting. You know, I've had time to kind of prepare some of this for this meeting, so you kind of see the second draft here, but I guess in my mind, a variance should be when you know you're going to do something, or you believe you need to do something different than what the rules require, and so you come to the city, you try to get approval for that variance, and what's the word I'm looking for? If you don't get it, you go and you follow the rules, you know? You don't get to just ignore the city for like a whole, you know, almost a year. You said it was from September to May altogether?
September, yes, is when we had our meeting on site.
And then finish the project, if you will, or, pave the roads over and say, well, we've already got it, can we have permission to break the rules? I just don't think that's the same thing. And for them to not even show up at this meeting to try to defend or explain their actions, I think it's particularly offensive. I mean, on top of that, I also don't think the track record of this company has been good to date. I mean, they're talking about giving a warranty until 2031.
Correct.
I mean, this is a company that consistently isn't showing up to fix issues at the homes that they build. We're dealing with that with at least one other neighborhood in the city that's already pretty much, built out. Everything from not fixing concrete to just you name it. We've had them in before for like a come to Jesus meeting with their own residents that they're trying to fix, and issues continue, people continue to be ignored. But at least they're in good company. The entire city government was ignored for, almost a year. I mean, I just think that they need to follow the rules, and I think that showing up after you finished a project and say, hey, we didn't follow your rules, we didn't come and meet with you guys, we just want this approval. I mean, what concerns me too, I mean, you're talking about warranties. Some of these companies, they almost structure their business model nowadays, unfortunately, based on we're gonna build this many homes, and then they run the numbers, do the math to find out how much money they're gonna have to lose fulfilling warranties. I mean, I'm concerned, have they already ran the math and determined it's not gonna break until 2032? If that were to happen, if we grant this variance, I'll be the guy who called it, but I don't wanna call it. I think that we just need to enforce our rules, and I think that we should deny this variance, just as we did at the storm meeting.
I just have a general question on kind of order of magnitude. How much stone was placed? Where was it placed?
Well,
And
when-
if this variance is denied, what's the recourse?
They'd have to dig it up and take the twos out and put in the proper backfill.
And how much are you?
Well, when we caught it, we have highlighted a map and it's around 2,200 feet. Lineal feet, yeah.
It's at a depth of about 7 foot and greater. It's right off the lift station.
Is that tied into the system of the city?
Up on Swanson. It's the force main to Swanson. To 6, sorry, down Swanson, up to 6.
They are doing the pressure testing for the force main, if you're asking if it's tied in yet, not currently tied in yet, all the way.
He said next week, correct, John, when we were in that meeting?
Yes.
Yes. Said next week they'll set the manhole and they'll be tied in.
Yeah. Pressure testing's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is there any way of stopping that? Stopping the connection?
Oh, yeah, if we just tell them you're not gonna connect until this is
Fixed.
resolved, I would think, correct, Kenny?
I mean, on top of all that, I mean, most companies, I know when they finish the neighborhood, don't they like dedicate the roads like to the city?
That's exactly right.
I mean, I don't want a road dedicated to me that I know has got a clock on it.
All the public infrastructure will be, at some point, have to be accepted by the Board of Works.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to accept that as the chairman of the Board of Works. It's like getting a road that's making a ticking noise. Like, why would you do that until you know that the ticking is stopped?
So I do have phase 1 testing, pressure testing and stuff, results of the pipe, physical pipe of itself, but I have not reviewed any video.
Motion to deny the variance?
Can we talk about this for another moment?
I mean, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can just say that as the mayor of the city, and I feel like that the city, it's not just that the city has been disrespected. I mean, I've had to deal with as a mayor for the last 2 years the problems that this company has demonstrated by not giving proper response to the residents and the customers that they serve. So when you tell me that you're gonna offer a warranty, like an extended warranty, I'm watching warranties not be fulfilled regularly in the city by this company. We've brought them in before, more than once, but one that was like a big one where we actually brought in the residents one by one into this room, and we tried to work on it. But to me, it's just as simple of they've demonstrated both by past actions. I mean, we're still trying to figure out if we can get the concrete dealt with, I think, Tracy?
Correct.
I mean, to put it really simply, to find out that on top of that, they, violated our city rules. They were informed that they were violating our city rules. It's one thing to say, whoa, we didn't know that we were violating the rules. Let's stop and figure this out. They didn't. They continued building, as Dan and, Adam have reported. It's one thing to say, hey, we didn't know we were breaking the rules. Let's stop and figure out. We had a company that was here earlier at the previous meeting, and I don't want to say the name because this is a company that worked with the city, and they got their variance approved before they built a neighborhood, and they did the right thing. At the end of the day, they had some ideas that Mr. Hannon and Mr. Commenda were not comfortable with. They still brought it to this board meeting. At the time, Mel and I, we were both uncomfortable with what was proposed. They went back to the drawing board, if you will, with Mr. Commenda. And, Adam, I don't know if you were involved in that. I know Mr. Hannon was. They came back with something that was acceptable. And because they came back with something acceptable, we granted them their variance. To just blatantly break the rules and build knowing that you're in violation of the rules because you've been informed by the city that you are, to finish it and cap it and close it, and then come back and say, hey, we know that we were in violation of your rules, we didn't follow your rules, we didn't communicate with you, now we're done. I feel like they're almost trying to see if we'll call their bluff. But, to put it simply, I don't think that that's the kind of game that people should be playing. I think that if you break a city's rules blatantly, and then you come after the fact for a variance, I don't think you should get one, unless they want to show up again and ask for a variance and explain why they're not here, and explain why they didn't work with Mr. Commenda.
And I just want to hear the explanation. My understanding from what I heard you say earlier, maybe here now, is that the rule they broke is that they used an open graded stone instead of a stone that also has smaller diameter sand.
Yeah, fines in it, like a 53s. In our standard, it shows 53s for backfill. Now, with, like around storm pipe, sanitary pipe, it shows the limestone, clean limestone, up above it, and then after that, if you're in the road, you go up with the 53s, above where you stop after you get a foot above our sanitary pipe. They just threw in 2s in there.
Oh, so for the whole trench width of their utility,
Yes.
they brought 2s up
Yeah.
from the pipe
Yeah.
up to
You
the
got pictures of that?
pavement?
Yeah.
He's got pictures, you could see the 2s on top, on the ground. And Sandy even went out there before they were paving, and they were doing a proof roll, and she knew this, and she said something to him. She said, look, you still haven't gotten this resolved with this stone. If you do this, you're doing it at your own risk. And they still didn't stop.
Well, and I think the trouble I have, Dan, and not to disagree with Sandy, she's an absolute expert, but I don't think they're doing it at their risk. They're intending, it sounds like, to do it at our risk. Because at the end of the day,
yeah.
if this thing breaks come 2031, 2032, or any time in between, or if it breaks before the timeline of their proposed warranty, if they don't actually come out and fix it, it's going to fall on us because you're going to have residents, probably new residents, calling wondering why there's a problem and why we got to fix it. And I take a special offense to that because this particular administration, this board, and this team, Tracy, Dan, Mr. Hannon, all of us, we came in and explained to people that there were significant utility risks in our city, and we worked really hard to get them remedied. We have a councilwoman here who took the very brave step of raising our sewer rates to help pay for all the upgrades and things and all the rules. No, I mean that in like a very good way, and people appreciate it. To have a company just say, we're not going to follow the rules, we're going to just do what we want, and after we do what we want, we're going to send you a request for permission to not follow the rules. I just don't know how in good faith to our residents and our ratepayers, how we can do that.
And there was always a compaction question too, because they were hogging the 2s in with no compaction going in either. That was brought to their attention as well. They were just dumping it with a uke.
And I understand that going back and fixing the entire thing is probably costly and probably irritating, but that's why you do things right the first time. Or when someone points out you're doing something wrong, you stop and you fix it. You don't wait and say, man, please don't put us through doing the right thing. Please just give us permission not to do it. I couldn't possibly abide by that.
Yeah, I see your point. I definitely think that the way you've outlined it there, it's definitely no way for that company to do business in the city of Portage. I'll second the motion to deny the variance request.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. No, and I know this is a very big deal, but I wish that they had handled this better, or that they come back and try to handle this better.
Well, the fact that they're not here, that's,
Speaks volumes, in my
yeah,
opinion.
they're not really making a case for themselves.
So that'll get us to the claims. Did everyone have a chance to take a look at the claims? Any questions or comments?
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any other business property to come before the board? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.